Before you leap into next year and start planning and doing all the goals and all the things that you traditionally do on January 1st, I want you to stop for a moment and take a moment to reflect back on 2023. And I know some of you are like, I don't want to see 2023 again because it was a year. I call it the year that kept giving. But it's really important to reflect back and know what worked, what didn't work, what you want to bring into the next year, because not all of it was a train wreck. There would be things that went really, really well. Maybe you had a stellar year and you want to bring those things into next year with you. Maybe there's things that were just the train wreck that you need to say, you know what? We need to rethink this. I need to do something different next year. That's you. Listen in because it's really, really important to set yourself up for the best year possible. And you don't want to drag all that stuff in with you, taking the status quo into next year. I am Marina Condi, and I'm an empowerment coach and hypnotherapist. I help people get out of their own way, get into action, and live a life of wealth, abundance, and fulfillment. Really, really important. Fulfillment. Having lots of money is spectacular, but feeling burnt out and not in alignment with it all, it's not worth it. So I'm all about having both. You can have a fulfillment and wealth. So let's dive into this because that's what I'm wishing for you and desiring for you for 2024. And even if you're watching this a year from now, the same goes for the next year, right? Like it doesn't matter what year it is. And honestly, I actually do this at my birthday time. My birthday's in July, so I actually like to set those goals and intentions for the next year in the middle of the year. You can do this on October 27th if that's the day you want to do this. It does not matter when. Look back, what's working, what's not working, how do we proceed to go forward? In my coaching world, we talk a lot about course correction. And that's exactly what this is. So I'm going to share with you some of my lessons from this past year and how they, sort of frame the next year. And I want you to think about these for yourself, okay? So, what my biggest lesson this year, the biggest lesson was that my health comes first. And this was a hard lesson for me. The last week of January of 2023, I ended up in the hospital 3 times in 1 week from stress related issues. I had a reaction to, which was causing heart issues in relation to a medication I was on. Like it was just this big shit show. And it was a big eye opener that I needed to slow down and look after myself. I happen to be an all or nothing person. Like when I do something, I'm all in. Does not always serve me, clearly. So health always comes first. You cannot serve your family, your clients, anybody. If you are sick, have cancer, have had a heart attack, you're in the hospital, or just don't have the energy, mind, body, and soul to serve. So your health always comes first. And I put health at the top of my list even before family, because you can't serve your family before, like, you have to serve yourself first. When you are looked after, mind, body, and soul, you can do so much more. So that's number one. Health comes first. Number two, family comes next. And, when I say health comes first, number one, that's mind, body, and soul. That's all of you, not just eating healthy or exercising. So family comes next is number two. And, when you have that analogy, and what did I just do? Zoom has these new things that when you do certain actions, these things come up on the screen. And I'm not sure what I just did. I love it though. Celebrate, right? It's New Year's. So going with the flow of things, key. And actually, it has a thumbs up. I got to be careful about doing thumbs up. So family comes next. These there's this analogy of, if you have, this is not a great example, this cup, and say if it's a glass jar, and you put all the rocks in. If you filled it up with, if you have big rocks, medium rocks, and little rocks, if you put all the sand and stuff in first, the little stuff, and then put the next ones in, you wouldn't be able to fit in the big ones. The big ones are those most important things to you. The big ones always go in first: your health, your family. And then all the other little rocks, which is your business, your clients, all that stuff, cleaning the house, all go in around that. And it all finds its way in. And then you can get it all in. So family comes next. And family is, until you've lost some of your family, you don't always appreciate it. So before that happens to you, appreciate your family. I have a 17-year-old daughter, and it's an eye opener every single day of like, wow, she's growing up. Wow, she's, like, how much more time do I have with my baby kind of feeling, right? Um, it's I'm super proud that she is gaining her independence and all those things. But there's the heart tugs, and the heart tugs. It's hard. It's sort of a um, both double-edged sword, right? Um, it's all good though. So spending that quality time now, she wants to cuddle up to me and watch a movie on the sofa. Like, I'm all in. 17-year-old that wants to hang with mom is a cool thing, right? So family comes next. Number three, this is a big one. This is a big one, is about clarity. Now, a lot of people think that you have to think, if you're not clear on something, you got to think, and you got to take courses, and you got to, learn more. Clarity comes with action, one step at a time. I needed clarity in my own business. I needed clarity as to what I was doing. I have a great membership. The Be Inner Circle is a great membership, but it was very hard to market because I couldn't define exactly what it was about and how I was helping people. I was helping people, but what was it? People loved being in our world and doing things and were productive. But what was it that I was actually helping them? What I learned throughout the year was that I was empowering people to step into their greatest self. I help people with that wealth mindset. Those are just a couple of the pieces that I do in there. When people are stuck, they don't know what to do. Or, and it also, above all, Be Inner Circle is about community. And for me, that was a lesson in the sense that I needed that community in my own life. So I've had to, I have B, plus I had to find my own community too. So clarity comes with consistent steps forward. And you need to take one step after another step after another step. And then it gets more clear and clear. And sometimes number 4 goes into that too, because they two go hand in hand. Number 4 is about following your intuition. And your intuition is always right. So when you're taking a step, now, hear me out. I think everybody in this room has done this. You take a step and it doesn't feel good. And you take another step anyways, because you don't want to backtrack. You don't want to waste time. And you're going in the wrong direction. But there might be some money there. So that might be, kind of working. In the end, it's going to leave you feeling empty and burnt out and resentful. A lot of people build businesses just based on money. Money is a means goal, not an ends goal. It does not give you total fulfillment. Yes, you might have a fun ride for a very short period of time in the middle there, but then you got to start all over. You're going to be burnt out. You want consistent action forward that's fulfilling and making money. That's sort of the goal. Big wins. And you know what? Here's the thing. When you start making a lot of money and it's purposeful and you're serving and it feels good, you're at the right vibration for more and more and more. And that's when you see people and businesses take off because everything's in alignment. And it's magic at that point. So number three is about taking consistent steps. You'll get there way faster when you just take one step after another, even if they're baby steps. You're going to get there way faster. Number four is following your intuition. That is something I didn't do all the time this year. And I know when I'm not following my intuition. I'm going, I know I shouldn't be doing this. Number five, serving your clients. And every entrepreneur at times goes through a phase where you get kind of burnt out. And because it's a constant, but lean into it and don't see it as work all the time. Yes, you can be super fulfilled. It's looking for those gold nuggets as opposed to making it a chore and looking for where you are serving the benefits you're providing. Because often we can get into this next. I posted this, I did that, and I've got the next month up, that kind of stuff, without stopping and reflecting and saying, wow, look at the impact I'm having. That's where the fulfillment comes. And you have to do that little bit of reflection, not just to checkbox stuff. So number six, this is my biggest lesson. You can do hard. You can do hard. It's amazing what we can do as humans. This year, 2023, 22 and 23 were the toughest years I've ever had in my career side of my life. I learned more than I ever thought possible. I was challenged in ways that I never thought possible. And it took a lot out of me. Hence ending up in the hospital at the beginning of January. Having said that, it was hugely fulfilling. And I learned a lot from it. I learned a lot about myself, about how I can do hard. And certain things in my life feel so easy now when I look at that. And if you're in my B group, you know that, our motto, I'm just going to pull this up because it's on my desk here. Keep this. Why is this so easy? That is our motto in there. Or taking imperfect action. We use both of those. So you can do hard. Number seven, another big one. And this one I have to remind myself all the time. I don't know why, but I do. I like to, probably because I have a CPA background, I've overanalyzed everything. And number seven is less is more and to keep life simple. And when I go to do, I'm working on funnels right now for this new year and building out some new digital assets and stuff like that around multi-passionate entrepreneurs. So if you want to know about that one, just put a little note and I'll catch up with you. I'll get it to you or watch out for it. So whenever I'm doing something like this, I always write at the top, keep life simple. I went on my website yesterday and I deleted probably 50 pages of my website of things that are just there, dormant, not used anymore. Like it just cleaned up because I couldn't see what I was trying to do. I couldn't get that clarity. I had to clean the cobwebs out. And, this is a great time of year to clean those cobwebs out too before you carry all that crap into next year. If you've got stockpiles of crap around your place, deal with it. Don't bring it into next year or tomorrow if you're watching this on, February 7th. Clean up. It allows for clear mind. You'll get more clarity. It allows for creativity to come to you. All of that. So that was what's that? Number seven. Number eight is follow what you love. Be a joy seeker. Be a joy seeker. Life is short. Do what brings you love and joy and fulfillment. It is so worth it. We spend our lives in work mode. And even if you're in work mode, do what works for you. If, a lot of people listen to all the, what they call gurus out there, and they'll say you have to post on social media 100 times a day or else you're not going to make it. You have to figure out what works for you. You do need to take consistent action. You do need to call in clients. You do need to do certain things. How you do that is up to you. Whether you use a Facebook group, whether you use a service, a marketing service that's going to help you get there. There's a lot of different ways of getting there. You need to do what works for you. Some people like the live launch method. They get lots of energy out of that. Some people just like doing really strategic posts on Facebook, and it works for them. The thing is, when you do what you love doing, your energy is in that. And that is how you're going to call in your clients. If you are doing live launching and then you hate live launching, people are going to feel that from you, through you, when you're doing it. And you're not in vibration of calling in clients at that point then. That was number 8. And number 9, there is no number 9. I had 8. I have a point number 9. And that is if you wanted to join us in the Be Inner Circle. I am closing the doors to it. It's been an always open membership, and I'm closing the doors to it to serve 100% to my clients that are in there. I'll only launch a couple times a year. So until January 2nd, the doors are open. If you want to join us, there is so much goodness to that community, like-minded entrepreneurs. And we do a Success Circle mastermind to help you with your business. Mindset Matters group coaching to help with the mindset, confidence, empowerment, money mindset, getting out of your own way, self-sabotaging behaviors. It's all in there. I do a private podcast where I emphasize that even more. And we meet every week, almost every week. That's why I brought in the private podcast, because it's hard for everybody to show up all the time, right? And I wanted people to be able to do things more on their time when they needed it, and to serve in a different way and different audiences in there. I'm bringing in for the first time this year, coming up for 2024, Soul Sanctuary, which is about wellness. My coaching course started out in nutrition and wellness, so that's what we're bringing in because we need it. I forgot the name of it. We have a book club. Inspired Minds. That's it. And for the month of January, we are going to be doing, this is our book for January, brand new book released on December 26, 2023, Feel Good Productivity, how to do more of what matters most to you. That's what we're all about in the Be Inner Circle. This is Ali Abdaal. And there's so much more in there. I can't even think of all the things. There's tons of trainings. I have my hypnosis, can't say it. Meditations and hypnosis recordings, and we do special events. There is just so much that we do in there that it's lots of goodness. And above all, the most amazing community. So if you want details on that, send me a message, reach out to me. I'll put some links below here. Love to have you join us. So with that, I'm going to sign off for today. I want you to think about, look back at this last year. What's working, what's not? What do you want to do different into next year? And the biggest question of all is, who do you need to be? It's not about doing a bunch of checklist things. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to save $50 a month. Who do you need to be to do all of that? Some questions for you to ponder going into the next year. Hope you have an amazing, amazing rest of your day and setting yourself up for success for next year. And we will see you next year.